Okay, so today we're doing lesson 2, composing functions with multiplication. So we're given, and just as a reminder, these notes are listed under the notes tab. You can print them out, you can refer back to them, you could write out the problems. I don't have a printer, so I just wrote them down. Okay, so composing functions with multiplication. In number 1, we're given f of x and g of x. And we are asked, I left that part out, sorry about that. We are asked to multiply them. So we've done this, remember, since August. We've been multiplying polynomials, so go ahead and write your first one, and then write your second one. Notice I put them in parentheses. So that first one, I'm going to take the 3x and I'm going to multiply it to everything in the second set. 3x times x squared is 3x to the third, because that exponent's really a 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3. 3x times 2x is 6x squared, because 1 plus 1 is 2. 3x times 4 is 12x. Then we're going to take the 4, and we're going to multiply that to everything in the second set. So 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 4 is 16. Now remember, whenever we multiply polynomials, we're always going to add like terms. So there I have my like terms, nothing with my 3x to the third. 6x squared plus 4x squared is 10x squared. 12x plus 8x is 20x. And then the 16. So all we did there was multiply the two polynomials, taking the first term, multiplying it to everything in the second set, the second term, multiplying it to everything in the second set, and then combining like terms. Okay, number 2 was a word problem. Let's see, festival, hay rides. It says, let x represent the number of 50-cent increases. Okay, so in A, we are asked to write the T of x, or the cost of one ticket. So the cost of the ticket is $5. For each 50-cent increase in price, an average of 2 fewer seats will be sold. Let x represent the number of 50-cent increases. So 5 plus that 50-cent increase. Okay, in B, write a function r of x to represent the number of riders based on the number of increases. So it said, for each 50-cent increase in price, an average of 2 fewer seats will be sold. So that r of x will be 15, because that's how many said $5 at the 15 rate, minus the 2x, because 2 fewer will buy. And then C, it says write a revenue function for the hayride that could be used to maximize revenue. So we're looking at the T of x times the r of x. So my T of x was 5 plus 0.5x. My r of x was 15 minus 2x. Okay, so then I can multiply. 5 times 15 is 75. 5 times negative 2x is negative 10x. Then I have 0.5x times 15, which is 7.5x, and 0.5 times negative 2, which is negative x squared, because I have 2 of them. So I can combine like terms. Okay, I don't typically write it in that function, I usually put it in descending order according to our variable. So we'll have negative x squared minus 2.5x plus 75, but either one would do. Okay, so all we did was multiply. Again, taking the first term, multiplying it to everything in the second, and then that second term, multiplying it to everything in the second set. Combine like terms once we get to this next step. Okay, so then you're asked to do one on your own. You are given f of x and g of x, and you're asked to multiply that. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Okay, so my f of x times my g of x. I guess I didn't have to write it again. I can just write it. And then 6 minus 7x. I'm going to rewrite this whole thing. I'm not happy with it. 6 minus 7x, 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. So I'm going to take that 6 first. And I get 12x squared, 30x minus 6. And then I'm going to take that negative 7x, and I get negative 14x to the third, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Negative 7x times 5x is going to give me negative 35x squared. 7x. Negative 7x times negative 1 is going to give me a positive 7x. So now I have negative 14x to the third. I have 12 minus 35, which is negative 23. 30 plus 7, 37. And then a lonely negative 6. Okay, and then looking at number 2, you're given another word problem, and you're asked to write the revenue function, R of X, for the t-shirt sale that could be used to maximize the revenue. So go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Okay, so I'm going to multiply these out. 10 plus x times 2,500 minus 100x. 10 times 2,500 is going to be 25,000. 10 times negative 100 will be negative 1,000. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the x. X times 25 is 2,500x. X times negative 100x is going to give me negative 100x squared. Okay, you can combine like terms. Plus 1,500x minus 100x squared. And again, we can write that in terms of the variable. Which would have put our negative 100x squared first. Then our 1,500x, and then our 25,000. Okay, keep in mind if you're having any questions or this didn't help you, make sure you're attending a live session, or you can make a phone conference. Perfect. I hope you have a great day.